Hello, viewers. Very warm welcome to my channel. I have just read one book by Stephen Hawking. It's a wonderful read. First of all, I should say this book is brief answers to the big questions, very difficult questions which he has dealt with. One is there a God? How did it all began? And is there other intelligent life in the universe? Can we predict in the future? And many other topics, which is actually very challenging to our minds. And they're all mind-boggling topics. The topics which we think, but we do not find solutions and right answers for that. Hawking is at least tried it his best to grapple or to fight with those questions and to find answers of those questions. Um, I must say this is a good book, but I think that there are many things on which we can debate. Creationists and evolutionists, and scientists and religious people who actually believe and who have faith and who have different things, obviously, in their minds, and they have different perspectives, both scientists and religious people. From this angle, one in one chapter, which is can we predict the future? It is from page 87 onwards, and this is a wonderful chapter to read. At one place, Hawking says that it is very difficult for us to predict future, and there is a difficulty to predict future because there is an element of chaos in it. We never know whether things go well, all right, or whether things being chaotic. And in such circumstances, it is very difficult to actually predict the future, and this actually creates complexity. If I may read that very paragraph from his chapter, it says we can. It implies that we can predict the future in principle, at least. It practices, but in practice, however, our ability to predict the future is severely limited by the complexity of the equations and the fact that they often have property called chaos. As those who have seen Jurassic Park will know, this means a tiny disturbance in one place can cause a major change in another. A butterfly flapping its wings in Australia can cause rain in Central Park, New York. The trouble is, it is not repeatable. The next time the butterfly flaps its wings, a host of other things will be different, which will also influence the weather, and this chaos factor is why weather forecasts can be so unreliable. Look, what actually I want to point out is that being a very knowledgeable scientist, being one of its kind scientist, Hawking is trying to give the example which, if the religious people might have given, they must be facing severe criticism that this is totally irrational and totally illogical to think that if a butterfly flaps its wings in Australia, in central New York, there will be rain. And if the religious people say that there is a divine intervention in that, there will be again a huge cry and on that, and huge criticism on that. That you only on the basis of faith, blindly you are following something. But if the scientist of this stature says something like that, we readily buy it, whether it is a right approach to do or not. If the scientists say anything and we just turn a blind eye to it and start accepting because his other things are all right, but if at one place he's also trying to tell us that there's a divine nature in a chaotic manner, which may happen like if a sparrow or if a butterfly just flap its wings, there will be rain in New York. If the sparrows flap its wings in Australia, there will be rain in New York. If you accept by the scientist, if he says something like that, why not from the side of the religious people? Then what is the difference that one cannot accept faith and one cannot rely upon faith? It is a question to ponder. Thank you.